All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. I want to thank Daniel. Congratulations on the election.
Thanks, sir.
I'm glad it's over. And hopefully we can get back to normal if that's possible. Mr. Townsend, Superintendent, good to have you here.
Good morning.
Miss Amy, and the Chairman of the School Board, Dr. Greens. Thank you all for being here. This right here is just an informational session. We have Mr. Reeves sitting back here that now is filling that position. Just to get everybody accompanied to what's going on and maybe get the citizens kind of, we'll try to get everything above board and get everything back to, like I said earlier, to normal and kind of calm the nerves, I guess, for lack of a better story. Gives up the opportunity to address taxpayers, Pickens County, that all still, and to you, this is going to be very informal, if you don't mind, Mr. Reeves, Daniel. With your ability and all, and you helped us last year, still think everything's going to be on schedule for the taxes and all as we go forward?
We do, yeah. We've got everything going forward right now. Like I said, we got all of our preliminary documents yesterday. We're actually already working with our vendor right now. We got with them yesterday. We've already went through several of the steps. And, so we're still working with them, communicating with the assessor's office. So we think everything's going as planned.
Roy, may I ask, if I may, kind of, what's you've got your stuff turned into the state on the,
What it is, we have not gone to the state yet. That's usually after you do your publications, your 5-year history and everything. And that's something that Daniel set up an appointment for. But what we do, it's a 2-step process. We create the digest each year. Then we have to upload that information. We're an appraisal system. We upload all those codes and values and information to the vendor for the tax commissioner's office, which is an accounting system. They're 2 different systems, as we find out each year as we're getting the information to go across correctly. But what it will do, it will create consolidation sheets that will tell us, right now we call it the preliminary digest, that should be real close to what the final digest figures are going to be. And that's the information that Fay Harvey for the county is going to need and Amy's going to need for the school board to do their PT 32-1s so that they can do the 5-year histories in the newspaper, notice of levy and things like that. Those are all the fun meetings y'all look forward to each year. But everything's going along now. It's always fun. Doesn't matter whether it was Rachel Goss or Sharon Troglin or Darren or now it's going to be Daniel. It's always fun because it's a once-a-year process with a vendor. Let's hope the vendor stays safe and healthy and it's the person that knows what to do and everything. But I've been working with Daniel ahead of time. We've been kind of figuring out this was going to happen. My staff, I've had a lot of meetings with them to go over what's going to be needed during this process, because I'm going to be out for surgery for a week or 2, but I think we've got everything handled and in place. And Stephanie is my right-hand person over there. She deals with all my people at the state on all of our program stuff and everything. So we have had a group effort to make sure and plan, and I don't see anything, barring something weird with a vendor, that would keep us from hitting the same dates we've been hitting the last few years.
Miss Amy, Miss Fay, have y'all got any questions for that group that's here in regard to dates or timelines or anything?
Well, the digest is due to the state by September 1st. There's no way that we can make that deadline with our advertising that's required, so Daniel will need to request an extension. Normally it's an automatic extension, but then as seen in, well, y'all will have to approve the millage rate at a board meeting, so that'll probably be the meeting in September. And after that, maybe you could make an appointment to take the digest in. And I don't know what your schedule for meetings are.
Our schedule is very similar to the county schedule. We do have to have a tentative approval of the millage. We have to run our 5-year history, and and then we have to do a final approval. So it's a 2 to 3 week process to complete. So of course, as soon as those the consolidation figures are ready, we like you to get them to us as quickly as possible. So feel free to contact me if we need to come pick something up. We'll be there.
Y'all got any questions for them? Everything, okay. You know, there've been a couple of complaints from some employees in your office and all. You know, of course, it has come out, you know, specifically rumors are flying, you know, hostile work environment, this, that, and the other. Mr. Landrum, he is now the official tax commissioner, I guess, at this time. Would he be privy to the report in regard to some of that?
I talked with the labor attorney that prepared the report, and she's offered to meet with you, Daniel, to go over the report. She has an executive summary that suggests some curative measures. But to sit down and make sure that you've not really been in the loop on that. I know she's talked to you, you know who she is. But she's offered, and if it's all right, I'll just tell her to contact you, and y'all set up a time that's mutual for y'all.
Absolutely.
But then that way, you know. But I thought that would be like you said, you're the acting tax commissioner now, and so you're the one that needs to know what's going on with it.
Any questions on that one?
No, I'm just, make a statement that, anything that's in there that we would deem that needed to be corrected, by all means, we plan on doing anything that's going to create a better environment in our office and what works best for the public. We want to, have a well-structured office with policies and procedures put in place that, puts the needs of the county first. And we believe that anything after that will fall into place, by putting, people before politics. And we believe that, that we're going to have a great office, and that we're believing for good things to come out of this office and for it to be exactly what the county wants it to be, and that's what we want as well.
All right. Any further questions to that point? Well, the last and hopefully the final topic we need to talk about is we've got a recommendation from the attorneys that did that investigation that you might want, and the recommendation to do an audit of that office. We would like to, we as commissioners, as well as some taxpayers, would like to have an audit of that office. Not a forensic audit, just a regular audit, to be sure you're coming in fresh, starting off the bat, and want to be sure everything is there and appropriate. Got any issues with that?
Issues with an audit? With an
audit?
I don't personally. I mean, I like to talk to my attorney about anything that you want to do, anything on the legal representation. But I feel like we have anything to hide in this office. So I don't personally have an issue.
Yeah, we're not suggesting that there's anything to hide. We just felt like they might want to go ahead and have an audit to go ahead and be sure you're starting off on the right foot and everything is there with the circumstances. Rumors are flying. That'll be a good opportunity to go ahead and get all this done. We've all talked about it here, and with the recommendations of the investigating attorney, they were the ones that brought that thing forward, and I think it's a pretty good idea. Mr. Landry, you got any questions on that one? Because we feel like that an audit probably needs to be accomplished.
Okay. Can you explain the audit that you're speaking of?
Just the overall, Mr. Landrum and are looking at getting a firm in here to be independent of the county, to be independent of the auditing firm that's being used to the county. Don't even know at this time who the auditor will be. They're being in consultation with the county attorney here to get them in here to get an audit done, to where you'll know exactly where you're at, where you're standing as you go forward for the next few years.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for Daniel. Do you have a separate attorney like Darren had? Or are you going to have a separate attorney, or use the county attorney going forward?
Well, we still have Jim here. That's who our attorney is. So,
It's
I'm sorry.
I don't. I know Jim has done work with Sharon Trogman, but I don't know that the Board of Commissioners has approved him to be separate counsel for the tax commissioner's office. Now, I can talk to Jim about that after the meeting.
Phil, excuse me, I have a question, and I don't know where I heard this, but am I correct that if they have a separate attorney, they have to pay for it personally, or does the county
Yeah,
pay?
the only time the county is liable for the attorney's fees for a constitutional officer is one of three. There were three reasons. If the Board of Commissioners has approved it, if a Superior Court judge has said that my office has a conflict with that constitutional officer's office, or if there is an existing state rule that provides for that.
So if it
But
didn't,
every constitutional officer does not have the right to hire an attorney at taxpayer expense.
so if it doesn't meet those requirements, do they have to personally pay for the attorney if they hire one, or what's the deal?
Well, the county would not be liable for it. The taxpayer money could not be used to pay for that.
Thank you for clarifying, I had heard that.
All right, any other questions? Mr. Poole?
I'm good.
We have Fetcher News and Pickens.com here, and I appreciate y'all being here. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for being here. Maybe it cleared the air on some things as we go forward, and y'all have a safe weekend. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.